Hey everyone, it's Dara. How's everyone doing today? If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Dara K. Fulton, and on this channel we talk all things motivation and some creative things in the mix, as well as my new series, Entrepreneur Life. If you're new here or a returning subby, of course, you already have your hugs. But just in case, for those of you who are new to my channel, I am an entrepreneur. I am the founder as well as ESL teacher, English as a second language, teacher for my own company, Applied ESL, which is an online English tutoring service that helps adult learners build their confidence while practicing and improving their English speaking skills. I'm also an author to 2 books. My first book, Life Reflect the Twist, and my second one, which I just published last year, which is a workbook for my business. I will leave all the details in the description box down below. And also, I am an artist. I love to craft and make cute things. And on my Entrepreneur Life series, you will see several videos where I'm being creative, or at least allowing myself to be creative, to share my love for just being a teacher and the love of entrepreneurship. So I hope you guys get a chance to check out those videos. And without further ado, let's get started. So I'm not really going to edit this video. So again, you know, I like to do these unedited, impromptu type of videos because it seems like you guys really love when I do that. So I'm just going to talk to y'all as if you're standing right here in front of me. In this motivational chit chat, I want to talk about it is okay not to be okay. This is a topic I've been wanting to talk about for so long because the issue that I think a lot of us have as people, we have bad days, but we don't like to admit to them, or we don't like to talk about it. Or if you are creative like myself, where you come on camera and speak to an open audience like this, we tend to feel a bit nervous being vulnerable on camera, or at least being vulnerable to the people that we love, because we have pride, you know, and we like to feel like, hey, I got everything together, you know. So what if I'm having a bad day? So what if something bad is going on in my life, because I can handle it. I'm strong and I can just move past it. But can I be honest? Can I really be honest and be candid to all of you? It is very hard. It is hard as hell to sometimes keep up that image, you know, and say, oh, you know, I had a breakup last week, but I'm good. It's all well. You know, or I just lost my job, but it's okay, ain't no thing but a chicken wing, because I'll get me another one. You know, it just, we tend to say and do things to convince ourselves that we are fine and we will always be fine. And don't get me wrong, I think it's good to have that confidence, but we have to also acknowledge that it is okay not to be okay. And I'm going to dive in a little bit with this, using myself as an example, because I've been going through my own not okay days. And so I hope this video inspires you to feel that it is okay that you're not okay, and that we cannot allow ourselves to be too hard on ourselves, that instead it's better to just be honest with ourselves, acknowledge how we feel, and how do we cope? So let me just say as a disclaimer, I am not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not even a social worker, although I studied it in grad school for a little while. So this is just my own opinion and my own views on this issue. So I hope this really helps you if you're going through this. So, very brief backstory. I had a major surgery November of last year, and that surgery has affected me in so many ways, in ways that I didn't think possible. Not just the physical pain, but the emotional pain that comes with it. And there are a lot of reasons for that, friends. Unfortunately, that part of my story I can't dive in too deep because it's so personal. If you want to kind of get an idea, or just curious, I do write a little bit about it in my book, not my surgery, but something that happened to me in my past that led up to this point today. So again, if you are interested, definitely check out Life Reflect the Twist. It's my personal story where I really talk about ways of overcoming many life's trials, tribulations, problems, but I share my own personal journey with that. For this video, I'm just going to say that I have been going through a lot of difficult time, not just because I had a surgery, but because of the effects of it. I'm just able to stand here and talk to you today, and I thank God for that, because for the past few months, it has been very difficult just to do this. And I'm a very stubborn person. I'm a very determined person. And it's very hard for people like me to be still. You know, I like to work. I like to be creative. And it's challenging because when you have pain, you have pain. And it affects your mental and it affects your emotional. But the other part that I haven't really been too open about that I'm sharing here is that, you know, I'm not able to work at the moment, even though in a previous video when I said my Happy New Year and I said, oh, you know, my doctor said I am able to work. Yes, the downside is it seems like shortly after that, it's like my body just had a mind of her own and she's letting me know every single day that you're not ready to work. You're not ready to even take the subway. So you just need to sit down and take your medicine and think about it. And not that I'm trying to make light of this, but it's a real problem. It is one of those things that has affected me throughout the body, not just the, you know, the part of the body that was I won't say tampered with, but just the whole body in itself. You know, simple tasks that most of us take for granted can be a bit difficult for me. And this will affect the emotional side. And this is the part that I've been struggling with the most. There is no secret, I have said this on my channel, that I do have issues with depression. I've had issues with depression since junior high school. And although I'm not, I don't want to say clinically diagnosed as depression, but I have spoken to doctors, and yes, I have been through counseling. I am not ashamed to admit that publicly because I do have a great respect for psychology and therapy. So if you're someone out there who is considering therapy or are currently in therapy, please don't be ashamed of that, regardless of the stigma or some of the ignorance that sometimes follows this situation. But I personally am not in therapy right now, but believe you me, I am on the lookout because I have a lot of unsettled emotions that I haven't personally dealt with. And it's these emotions and other things that contribute to that, where it just becomes a big old pile of garbage. Honestly, it's like a big old pile of garbage that it's like the more you get rid of it, it just comes right back. And the surgery and the physical pain, as well as my own certain things that's going on in my personal life, you know, being a business owner, that plays a part too, because you're really going out here in the world saying, hey, I am whoever I am, and this is what I have to offer to the world, and I hope that you will buy my product or buy my service or just listen to me. And that is extremely intimidating, even for us extroverts like myself, or someone who is comfortable speaking on camera or feel comfortable speaking publicly. But it's not that we don't get nervous, and rejection sucks, and prejudice sucks. Okay, there's a lot that comes with this journey. So it's just a combination of stuff, you know, and sometimes it's really hard to deal with it all. And so it is okay not to be okay. And this is something I had to learn too, because I am that type where I like to smile all the time and say, hey, I'm good, everything's love, la la la, try your best, keep smiling, keep striving. And I'm not being fake or phony. Like, I really feel that way, and I actually believe in that, and I tell myself this every single day. But I'll be honest, like for the past couple of months, it has been rough. And I can't come on camera and be fake and say, oh, I'm perfect, I'm great, when I'm really not, you know. When I started this channel way back in 2011, technically 2012, but 2011 is when I really started posting and started sharing my reflections. And those old videos, by the way, are still up. So if you're interested, definitely check them out. I've always been transparent. And that's something I'm very proud of, because there are not a lot of people who will come on camera and be this transparent. So I'm not saying this to toot my own horn, but I promise you, friends, what you see here is what you see in person. And I have no reason to play around with emotions or act like I'm great when I'm not, or act like I'm some guru and I have all the answers to everything, because I don't. I would rather just talk to you like a friend, a confidant, you know, a big sister, someone that you can watch and say, damn, finally someone on YouTube, okay, who's just keeping it real. And I'm not suggesting that there are not people on YouTube that don't keep it real, but sometimes you have to kind of find them, if you know what I mean, because there's a lot of hey, 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 I'm so happy all the time. And you know, if that's a person's brand, or maybe this is what they're doing for their own purpose, I'm not a hater. Listen, whatever works for you works for you. But I want to reach out to those of you who know that when you feel like crap, and I'm trying not to say bad words on here, but when you, if I can just say this, and I hope I don't get well, I'm not really monetized because I have less than 1,000, so I'm just gonna say it. When you feel like shit, okay? When you feel like shit and you're not happy, it is what it is, okay? Yes, I said it. We can't be fake about that. So it is okay not to be okay. Now, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. There is nothing to feel ashamed about. We are human. And I think sometimes we forget that. We're not supposed to be happy all the time. Life happens. You have issues when it comes to your own personal stuff. Maybe you don't feel like you're good enough. Maybe you don't feel beautiful. Maybe you don't feel like you got what it takes. That's life. We don't always have the best self-esteem. I know I don't. Some of us have issues with our health. Enough said. Some of us have issues when it comes to marriage, when it comes to relationships. I'm just saying. I mean, it's a lot of stuff, you know, and I'm not ashamed to say that. You know, there are times where people, or these are individuals I don't communicate with anymore, but I've been accused of, you know, being always this happy person. I never go through nothing. It seems like my life is great. And I'm always confused by this because I am not living a fabulous life. Let me just be honest. And, you know, I'm a very simple person. I don't care about most things that most people care about. You know, I'm like that girl that since I was in elementary school, you give me a pencil and I'll be like, yay, jumping for joy. You know, I'm just simple. I don't care about the big stuff, you know. And even with my business, I'm the same way. I have on my wall right now a poster, and I will share this with you guys. Maybe I'll insert a picture or something, but where it says, what do I want for the dream? Which at the time I didn't, I was in public with my business, so I would just say the dream. And one of the things on there is that says simple and fun process. And you know, I have to be honest, even in this new journey I'm on, simple and fun. My goals, if you watch my video about my 2020 goals, the first thing I have on this board right here next to me is, it says be comfortable. So how do we keep things simple? How do we be comfortable? How do we remain comfortable, so to speak? How do we get there, you know? Because some of us just don't feel comfortable, and you'll hear people say, just feel comfortable, just everything will be okay. But how do we get there? You know, how do we just feel comfortable with ourselves, our current circumstance? And this is something I'm personally struggling with now, because I don't feel comfortable with a lot of things. My discomfort right now, of course, is my physical pain. I have a lot of emotional stuff that I'm dealing with. There's stuff in my personal life that, you know, sometimes it's a little on the shaky end, and I'm just like, okay, I didn't know it was going to be like this. Okay, you know. And let me just say candidly to those of you who are in a relationship or who are married, please don't think that because we are married or have a relationship that everything's perfect. We have problems too. We have our disagreements, we have our issues, you know. We cry, we fuss, you know. It's not always a bed of roses. It's a true testament to your love for that person. It's a true testament to being an adult and standing on your own 2 feet and saying, okay, how am I going to handle this situation? So don't envy people, please, who are in a relationship. I'll tell you the truth. When I was single, I really hated being single. I wanted to be with someone. I wanted to just have this life. But you know, from my experiences and past relationships, even my current, you know, sometimes you're like, maybe being single is not so bad, because when you're single, you have the freedom to do whatever you want, to think the way you want, to just live your life the way you want without having to do too many compromises or anything like that. And I'm not saying that anything's terrible going on in my married life. I'm just saying that it's not always a bed of roses, okay? It is hard. You learn so much about yourself. I'm learning more about myself every day. You learn about the person you're with. It's challenging. It's hard. Like, oh my God, I can't stress that enough. It is really, really hard. And it tests your love. It really does. Being a business owner is not easy. Having a job isn't easy. Finding a job isn't easy. You know, it's just tough. It's just tough. Living in New York City isn't easy. Now, I'm only speaking for New York because I'm from here, but I'm sure wherever you're at, it might be difficult too. everyone thinks New York City is this great place and, you know, you just have this fabulous life. It is hard here. A lot of people here are not friendly, okay? They're not willing to offer a helping hand. It's expensive to live here. It's not easy, you know, and it can be very noisy at times. And I'm a person who don't like a lot of noise, so it's challenging. This is not a rant video. I don't want this to come across like I'm ranting and I'm complaining. I'm just trying to give you different scenarios to let you know out there honestly and humbly that whatever you're going through, it is okay not to be okay. I don't have the answer to say, okay, if you do this, this will help you, because I'm in this process too. What I will say is this, on a positive note. The one thing I can say is you just have to keep going forward and somehow tell yourself and remind yourself that you are worthy of happiness in whatever the situation you're in, and have to find a way to get that happiness that you're looking for, to get that joy that you're looking for. It is challenging. I'm there now. You know, it's a funny thing. You become 30 something years old. I'm 38. I'm going to turn 39 next month. I can't believe it. I'm like 1 year shy of 40. That's crazy. And let me just full transparency, I am still not where I want to be. So if you're a person who's in this age range and you're like, oh my God, I'm still not where I want to be, I feel you. I feel you, because with all of my accomplishments and things that I have done in this life, it's wonderful. But my bank account doesn't equate to that, okay? Not that I'm making it about money. And I'm still not where I want to be, and I'm very dissatisfied by that. So there's just a lot, you know, whether it's your career, whether it's your marriage, whether it's your relationship, or you being single, whether it's being a mom or not being a mom, whether it's you having health issues, maybe you just don't like the way you look, you don't like where you live, whatever it is, just tell yourself that you are worthy of happiness. I'm trying not to get emotional. Oh my God, I'm getting emotional. You are worthy of happiness. I tell myself this every day. I don't care about what society says. I don't even care sometimes when people say certain things to me like, oh, whatever. No, you are worthy of being happy. And whatever it is you have to do to get that, go for it. Because we only have one life. And it is okay to say to your loved ones, to anyone you talk to, look, I'm not okay. It's okay. And you know what? People want to judge you for that. Let them judge you, because guess what? They're not okay either. Real people have real feelings. And even people who want to act fake, they have feelings too. But I feel sorry for them because they haven't embraced that yet. You know, they're just so wrapped up in their own bubble that they don't know how to just say, look, hey, you know what? I'm not feeling so fabulous, or I'm not so fabulous. So it is okay being okay. Don't let nobody make you feel less than or make you feel bad because you're feeling bad, okay? Depression is real. If you are a person like myself who suffers from depression, I feel you. I want to be, oops, sorry, my focus went out. I want to be the voice for the voiceless. This is a lifelong goal that I have, because I just feel there's so many people out there that I probably could relate to, but I just can't reach you. And maybe you can't reach me, but let's reach each other. Reach out to me, say hello, because I'm telling you right now, friends, the struggle is real and it's not easy, but we will be okay. I strongly believe that, and it is okay not to be okay. But my best advice to you is don't sit in it too long. If you have to seek counseling, do it. There's no shame in that. If you have to talk about it, or you just have to write it down in your journal, just do what you can not to stay in that bad situation. And don't beat yourself up over it, because you are human and you have the right to feel how you feel, no matter what anyone says or thinks. And people who love you will stand by you, and they won't judge you. Believe me, it's real. And I love you, and I won't judge you. So don't worry. If anyone in your life is, oh my God, you're just whatever. So what? You got me, and I mean that. Love you all so much. Ooh, that felt so good just getting out of my chest, because that's why I wore this shirt today, love, because I'm about love. I'm about love, and I'm about just loving people. And I know I'm not the only one on this planet who feels this way. So we have to band together, because there's a lot of bad cookie stuff out there. We got to band together. We have to promote love, and we have to show that love to our brothers and sisters and let them know, like, it's okay that you're not okay, but you will be okay, and things will get better for you in time. Thank you so much, friends, for listening. I'm not going to edit this video, so I'm sorry we hit the 20-minute mark. If you stayed to the end, thank you. from the bottom of my heart. Love you all so, so much. Please try your best, and I really mean this, to keep your head up. We are all on this journey called life together, so I'm not better than you. Trust and believe we are all on this journey together, and we will all be okay. Keep smiling, keep striving, and I really mean that. Just don't stop. Don't stay still, and stay in it. Seek help if necessary, because you deserve to be happy. And if you have to say that to yourself every day, I do that now. You deserve to be happy, Dara, and that's it. Case closed. Love you all so much. I just want to give you guys a big hug. Can I give you guys a big hug? Big, big hugs. Love you all so much, and I'll see you. Thank you, camera. I'll see you in the next video. Love you so much, friends. And by the way, thank you all for your lovely comments on my last video where I just shared, how I've been feeling. Yeah, I read all your comments. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, because it's not easy to be open like this publicly, but I'm on a mission to help people. And if I have to be the one to stand here and say, yeah, this is what it is, and I know that it's going to help someone out there, this is just the beginning. I promise you that. Love you all so much, friends. Have a great night. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.